should never be buying pre-construction, homes, real estate directly from builders in Canada without using a real estate agent or a realtor. Anyways, I want to show you, look what's behind me going on. And I'm going to show you something very important that a lot of people would never think of. Oh, check this out. So there is a construction going on over there. By the way, I don't think those guys are tied up while on the roof. Safety, guys, safety first. So there is a home getting built. There is middle of nothing in the middle. What's going to be built here? Oh, that's a very good question. Do you think the builder would ever tell you? But there is one more question that the builder probably is not going to emphasize too much. And that is a dumpster behind my back. So, who is going to tell you that sometimes Quarry Park smells like a dumpster bin? How would you know if you were to go directly to a builder? Would they tell you? Would they point your attention to that facility, or would they point your attention to YMCA over there with the swimming pool, the amenities, the office buildings and potential jobs? Or would they say, hey, are you okay with this place smelling sometimes? Really bad, sometimes really bad. You know, I come here and I'm like, what's the smell? And oh yeah, it's Quarry Park. Oh yeah, that's probably coming from here. What's she gonna do now? And I'll tell you guys, one thing is there is no protection if you go directly to the builder. They are beautiful. Everything is good. It's like going on a date with the wolf, okay? Wolf of the Wall Street, so to speak. So you go into a builder's office and they welcome you. They say, well, thank you so much for coming in. Doesn't matter which builder it is. They take your hand, they guide you into the office, they bring all the samples, they show you the show home, and they bring you a cup of coffee and they say thank you that you showed up without your realtor, without your agent. It's a smart move. You're going to save way more money with us. We'll take good care of you. And you know what? You don't really need an agent. And you know why? Well, it's because they get to make more money from you. So, check this out. You are basically going directly to the seller. Here's the problem that a lot of people don't understand. A misconception, a psychological bias. When you come to the seller, it's like any marketplace. When you go in Indian marketplace and you buy yourself a kulfi in India on a street vendor, that's the same thing as going to the builder. When you're buying yourself flip-flops from a street vendor, that's the same thing as going to a builder. It's just that the difference is you're not buying off the street. The scale, the magnitude of it is way bigger. They have way more money, better office, better trained personnel, everything. But you have to understand that that's a vendor, and the builder is a vendor as well. They are presenting their own interest, and their interest is making money. What do you rely on when you're coming to a builder? Number one is their reputation. Whether it's a good reputation, reputable builder or not. So the only thing you can trust is their reputation, and that they will be honest and they will be good. And sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. How can you trust that? But it's similar to like you're going to a court. You're going to a court, let's say you're suing someone. They'll be really grateful if you show up without a lawyer, but they have a lawyer. Of course, they will be happy to see that because they have somebody to represent their interests. You don't. So what's the problem? Number one is a conflict of interest. And number two is they are not protected. The realtors, for example, like myself, there is a Real Estate Council of Alberta. And then there is real estate boards like Calgary Real Estate Board, Alberta Real Estate Association. Then there is also, there is municipal, provincial, and everything. But let's get the most important part is Real Estate Council of Alberta, which is Rika. I didn't see that person. She's so quiet. I don't know anybody else where she came from. Anyways. So the biggest thing is Real Estate Council of Alberta. That's the regulators that give us licenses. For example, I work with the XP Realty in Calgary, Alberta, licensed. If you were to go and say, hey, I don't think Igor, that's my name, Realtors, acted in my best interest. Well, I don't think he acted in good faith, or I don't think that he did a good job with what he's supposed to do according to the legislation, I could get into trouble. I would probably get investigated. You can do that and you will be protected. And that comes to every single realtor in the industry. So there is a layer of protection. There is even a liability insurances and other things that are made to protect you as a consumer. When you go and you say, hey, this Mr. Builder that I purchased a home, I don't think they act in my best interest, to the same regulator, they can't help you. They can't help you because they don't hold a real estate license. They are not regulated like we are by the Real Estate Act of Alberta. So essentially, the only way they would probably answer you is get a lawyer, go to court. It's a consumer beware. So you literally are stepping away and you become unprotected if you go directly to the builder without your agent. And of course, they are happy about it. Number two, guys, well, how much experience do you have in negotiating? I bet you not that as much as I do. I bet you, even if you think you have a lot of experience on negotiating on that Ford F-150 you purchased 2 weeks ago, let's say, maybe you did a good job. Kudos to you, but trust me, people who negotiate for a living, they have way more experience on getting things negotiated. Who is going to negotiate on your best interest? And honestly, guys, it's hilarious. Do you think, I'll tell you how hilarious it looks. When a non-real estate agent contacts me directly and starts negotiating, you cannot even believe how funny it sounds. And they don't get any far from it. They would not get nothing because they don't know how to negotiate. Like, they can think they know, but they don't know. But anyways, that's another thing. There is no negotiation on your behalf. So you're literally coming in to a negotiation and relying on your own negotiation skills. Some people actually have good ones. I would probably say that, there are some realtors who have just got their license, haven't done no business yet, have no experience. You might be on the same level as those guys who are just starting. But after years of doing it, you just get naturally better in it with the amount of things you do. Anyways, now next thing is money saving. Builders come and they tell you, thank you for showing up as a realtor. It means you're going to get a better deal because you are saving on the commission. That's a lie. Like, you would think you're saving money, but you're not. Because that money just simply goes to their area manager. They get more commission for you not being represented. So you don't save any money. Number one, it doesn't cost you anything. I would say, I don't remember the last time I heard somebody had to pay a realtor for bringing their client to the builder. And I haven't heard of a single builder, at least in Calgary, that would not pay a realtor's commission, but that would not advertise it and would not cover it. So maybe there is someone, maybe you can find someone, but generally not. They cover the commission, they include in the price. The only difference is that it goes not to your agent, but to their agent. Then there is such thing as upselling. You guys, what is upselling? I read so many books on sales, negotiations. I'll tell you, there is an interesting concept, psychological. There's been a lot of psychological research on it. So, for example, it's way easier if you walk to a shop and somebody tells you, hey, buy this belt for $200 or $250. How likely are you to buy it? You'll be like, well, it's too expensive. God damn it, it's just a belt. Who's paying $250 for a belt? But if a salesperson convinces you to buy a $5,000 suit, it's way easier to get you a $200, $250 belt, $500 shoes, and a nice bow tie, like as if anyone wears those anyways. So it's actually really easy to sell something small like that. It comes up into a big amount. When you go to a builder, it's a contrast. You're buying, let's say, a house. How big of an upgrade is it to spend $20,000 extra for a kitchen upgrade, for the flooring upgrade, and maybe that basement for $120,000 that you could have probably done for $55,000, $70,000 after you got your keys? But who would tell you anything like that or recommend you contractors who could actually assist you with that? Who would tell you that? You wouldn't know. But that's why you need real estate agents who are in this, swimming in this ocean with all the sharks every single day for a living. Actually, builders get really upset when you show up as a realtor. It's facial expression change. It's like they come in, they're like, "Hi, who are you? Oh, I'm a buyer. Wow, who is this guy? Oh, it's a realtor. Oh, come in." It's like, another part, reading contracts. I would not want to take liability on myself saying that you don't need a lawyer to read your contract. You do. But if you have a real estate agent, and because I write contracts and we write contracts on a daily basis, basically negotiating contracts, we read contracts, we know how purchase agreements look like, what are the different clauses, and the more experience you get, the better you get in it as well. So it's way better to have a real estate agent. Somebody can proofread your contract and find some problems in that contract. So now you're not going to a lawyer to spend $1,200 for them to review the entire contract, but you are going there with the real question, which is going to be way cheaper if you have a question, to show up and say, hey, what does this clause mean and how would it legally impact me in this kind of situation? So now you're not coming to a lawyer to spend a lot of money, or you have a specific question. Or maybe with the realtor's help, you actually understood what it means and you decide, you know what, I don't feel like buying it at all. So you don't waste money for that either. Now, also inspections. Who is going to tell you that you can actually inspect the property? What to look out? Pre-possession inspections, all the stages of construction. Guys, no one. And also, I bet you some people can buy, I don't want to point on that building, but just let's say hypothetically, and this hypothetical event actually happened to multiple people, not here, but it actually happened in Chestermere area, people who called me. But let's say you buy a home like there in a condo, really beautiful one, and everything is good, from not coming to the place, and there is this place that stinks occasionally. Who is going to tell you about that? Who is going to cover your interest? And now, well, what are you going to do next? Once you got the keys, you're like, okay, you know what? I'm going to call and file a real estate complaint against the builder. And you call and they're like, well, you have to go to court because those are not realtors. We don't regulate them. You go to the lawyer and the lawyer is like, you know what? It's going to cost you more and you're going to probably lose. A standard lawyer conversation I have in Canada with multiple lawyers. Honestly, guys, lawyers are, I'm really disappointed, such cowards in a way. I had a lawyer who wanted to dismiss basically, what is it called? How do you call it? Not humanitarian, but for example, I forgot how it's called, when you get discriminated and stuff like that. So that kind of that, I forgot the word for it, but anyways, when you're going to the lawyer, and I went for that, and the lawyer is like, well, that's kind of a shitty situation. You're probably not going to get anything out of it, and you just like drop it and everything. And well, in that specific case, I was able to settle it for a really good amount of money without having to go to court through a tribunal, and it was fine, even though the lawyer advised me not to. That's why I say some lawyers in Canada are like, that's not good. Like, come on, why are you advising something like that? And they said it's a fail case. Like, oh, you're going to get destroyed by that corporation that you're trying to take to court. And then I take them, and you still get a better outcome than you didn't do that action. So laws in Canada do protect you in a way, and it's a good thing. But anyways, I'm just telling you the situation with the lawyers. I'm really unhappy with a lot. Like, there are some really good lawyers in Calgary. Really, it's a great occupation and everything. But I had just too much of my own personal negative experience with them, including Calgary police as well. I'm not too big fan of those guys either. Anyways, you don't have a professional on your side. Treat realtors as experts, as consultants, as people who have experience in negotiating, know the business, and a little bit of like a therapist, I would say. We are like unlicensed therapists. I think some realtors, if you're a realtor and watching this video, you know, I think that we should get a free therapy once a year. I think there should be like a union to provide that, because the situation, the stress that we are taking our clients through and helping them, you know, not be stressed out about it. It's just we are working like filters. We absorb that stress. We filter out what's not necessary. Client runs to you and they're like, I don't know what to do. And then you are like, okay, don't worry, calm down. Don't worry. This is actually what you do, and this is how you solve it. And it gets resolved, but that initial stress, it still stays inside your realtor, and it can get really heavy. Anyways, so that's why you need a realtor. You need a person who can negotiate, who can get you a better price, who is going to represent your best interest, a person who is accountable, who is acting only in your best interest. And if they're not, you can get them into huge trouble. They can lose their license, they can get fined, they can get sanctioned for it as well, you know, and they will do what is best for you. And more importantly, and don't let anyone lie to you about it, it does not cost you anything. Literally. I don't see, I don't see any value from not having your own agent when you're buying a home pre-construction. And sometimes they can also reference you the prices. They can tell you, well, for current market conditions, that's too much. Maybe you should buy a house that's a home that's already built, that's a resale. Some builders would, I heard the situation just a few days ago. Somebody explained to a person saying that they will get GST rebate if they buy with the builder, but they failed to explain that that's not them who is going to get the GST rebate, it's the builder who is going to get a partial GST rebate. That was a hilarious situation. For GST, HST, and tax stuff, go to an accountant. I'm not an accountant, I'm not a lawyer, but I'm just telling you that that's like well-known information to realtors, and if that person had a conversation with the realtor, they would have known better that they're not going to get what they expected to be a sort of a cashback from their deal. Is just a government rebate that goes back to the builder that potentially reduces the price if they are eligible, and that's all it is. Anyways, guys, that's I don't see any downside. So here's my contact: 587-898-393, Igor with eXp Realty. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this, and ask me questions, guys. Even if you decide not to work with me as a realtor, I'm totally fine with that. I'm just gonna make some videos for you. Ask me questions, and and please don't get your real estate license just because I make it look so easy, because real estate is actually not that easy as people think. So far, out of 10 realtors that have watched my videos, joined real estate, there is basically 2 people left. See you soon.